Well, happy Sunday everyone. Start of a new video here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for tuning in into my second video. We're going to try and cut beans today. They're not dry enough, but we're going to go on them anyway. So the new plan is, instead of filling that bin with beans, we're going to put them in this one and just run a lot of air on them and hopefully get them dried down. If we can't, then we can at least blend them with some drier ones in that other bin. So I got to climb up here and put the transition on this bin. So here's what we're trying to do. I put solid covers on these bin lids all the time, just because these conveyors and everything else, they just seem to leak water and condensation and all that stuff. So for the winter time, I put a solid cover on. For transferring corn and stuff in there, I put these transitions on. It's just a beautiful morning outside, even though it's only like 41 degrees when I left the house. We got her all hooked up. Apparently we're gonna start at 9 a.m. Got a little easy way to change the tire, I guess. Well, we're up and rolling on soybeans, and I've got a little drone treat for you guys, so enjoy. Oh, we're back home unloading. Beans are going up this yellow auger, straight down into this bin behind me here. We're gonna try and do our best to condition them. They're a little bit wet for what we want to put in the bin, but the way the forecast looks, it's kind of the choice that we had to make. So we're not gonna blend them in with those other good beans. We might blend them in later when we unload them, but we're gonna see what we can dry these ones down to and go from there. Certainly not ideal, but we're going to blow a lot of air on them. We got a lot of sun today, a lot of wind today, so hopefully that dries them down today and we can put a little bit better beans in the rest of that bin. Load number 2 on the day. That's much better. All loaded up and ready for another move. We got 50 acres done with this machine today. The other one must have done probably 25 already, so We're doing really good today. Try and move and get some more hammered out. Ouch! Ow! Sandburr here. Sandburr here. As you can see, we're in the land of the sand. We had a lot of rain this year, so these beans should have been better. And they are better. But the problem is, I don't know if you guys can see this and this. Looks like a cow yard out here, but it's actually all deer. It's really unfortunate. See, a plant like this, he had pods all over him. All the nodes, you can see there's little like stems on them, but the deer come along and eat all the pods off of there. So we get no beans, which is really unfortunate. And this is a sandy area of the farm. I'm hoping that it gets better as we get back, but really, I mean, the whole thing's surrounded by woods and deer, and so it's kind of a shame you grow a nice crop and then the dang deer get all of it, but it is what it is, I guess. We are on the move to go add some more capacity. The cart was closer to the field that we moved to than the semis, so moving the cart over there. We're getting stuff moved around here. We got the other combine, another half truckload that he can keep working on, and this truck's full, so I'm gonna take her home. All right, we're gonna chase the combine for a little bit here. He's got 17 acres, 19 acres off. Shut your ears. Luckily, someone put this water run here so I can catch the combine. Here's another one of my deer damage spots. Sure is dusty up ahead. Doing a little nighttime grain carting. I do like driving grain cart. I'd rather do this instead of drive truck, but somebody's got to keep the beans away from the combine. Well, it's about 7 o'clock. Dad says it's getting tough, so we're going to wrap it up, call it a night. And I'm going to pray tonight that we can finish tomorrow. We only have like 35 acres left between two machines. Hopefully we can get it done. It's supposed to rain at like, I don't know, they say 4, but you never know with those weathermen. Morning. It's Tuesday morning. No, it's Monday morning, October 20th. We're unloading beans. As soon as the back hopper gets done unloading, we're going to back it up and clean out the trap on the front hopper, because this is the last load for this white semi. We're going to run 1 load or 2 loads with the red semi today, and then we're going to be moving on to corn. I've also got an empty old blue here, so let's get her started up. Everybody did a good job cutting beans yesterday. I think we knocked out like 140 acres. We only have 10 left at the one farm and like, I don't know, less than 10 at the other farm. So it's supposed to rain at like 4 or 5 o'clock today. So hopefully we can get the rest of the beans knocked out before it rains and no breakdowns. I'm just kidding, we don't have breakdowns. We run red equipment. As you can see, the beans got down to a more legal moisture yesterday, but you can see we started off 15.5, then they kind of crept down to 13. This one's 13.1. We, like I said, the last video, we can sell them at 13. We made the executive decision to cut them a little bit wetter and store them in a separate bin, just because the forecast looks horrible for trying to dry anything out in the field. We made the executive decision to do that, and part of that decision is that we're going to have to run the fan on that bin a little bit more. They're just going into this little bin. Oh, my truck's out. we made it out to the field. It's later than I would have liked to have got out here, but we're out here nonetheless, and we got another 10 acres left, so let's get her done. Well, as we wrap up soybean harvest here, I got another cool drone video for you guys, so enjoy. The last of beans! I can't see anything with the dust in my eyes. On the move, on the way home for our last trip here. It's a good feeling to be going home and hooking up to the corn head and not having to worry about stupid weather as much and all that kind of stuff. Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 21st. And I'm kind of left you guys with a cliffhanger yesterday. We finished soybean harvest, and then I kind of set the camera down and we blew off the combine, got everything home, and then it started raining, so we didn't really do much yesterday afternoon. So we're pulling into the field that we just finished up soybeans on yesterday, and I want to share with you guys a cover crop trial that I've been working on all summer. So on our farm, most of our corn gets Y-dropped by a sprayer, a Patriot sprayer that I've got homemade Y-drops for. And in grain corn, it's really hard to get a cover crop established because by the time you harvest it, it's freezing and nothing's going to grow anyway. So we're out here looking at my trial now. I'd like to seed a cover crop with my Patriot sprayer when we're Y-dropping. That's right around the 4th of July. This stuff I think I seeded on the 17th of July. You can see we got some pretty good growth to it. It's probably about a foot tall in most places. And I think I put down a bushel to the acre. But it looks really nice, and I'm hoping that we can continue this. I'm going to continue testing it because we had a lot of rain this year, and I just don't want it to antagonize with our herbicide and just not work. So I want to make sure it works year after year before we fully implement it, but kind of something we're trying. I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So I'm showing you guys the corn today. Yesterday we finished soybean harvest, and I'm going to spread some rye out in the soybean stubble. It's going to be cold and wet next few days here, so I kind of want to see what happens if we would spread a cover crop now. So I'm just going to hand spread a little bit, see what happens. So I've got the trial flagged out from there over. From here over, I'm going to try oats. But now we need to go out here and kind of take a visual measurement of how many seeds per acre I've actually spread. So that way I have some kind of a reference for, if it is successful, how much I need to spread in the future. See all the oats out here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're trying oats versus rye out here. The oats will winter kill, so we don't have to come back and kill them next spring. The rye, on the other hand, will grow up next spring, and we'll got to come back and spray that. So I just want to see what the two different crop types will do this fall versus next spring. See what kind of green cover we can make. We tried the oats and the rye and the corn, and only the rye grew, so that was kind of interesting. So I got home from the cover crop thing. Next order of business, we unloaded that, tore the auger down, parked the auger over there. A neighbor came over, we visited with him. We changed oil on our auger tractor, and now we're going to work on the combine, get it ready to go, tighten up chains, grease it, miscellaneous things like that. Ooh, we got to be skinny to get in here. Next order of business on this combine, see that idler right up there? And there's an arm that goes into a shaft there. And there's a bunch of grease on it, but no grease zerk. So I'm going to take it apart and drill and tap a grease zerk into there. Oh, got it. Okay. These little things, unbelievable. I hate them. And I got grease all over my hands from something that you can't grease. Imagine that. Okay. Tensioner is just about off, and I'm fighting the belt. I don't know what I'm fighting. Okay, we got it. Now we get to grind this drill bit sharper because it's super, super dull. Oil on my tap. Here we go. Well, this is what the piece looks like. I got the grease zerk fitted in there and don't poke through to the center, so it should be good to fit her on. Here goes the new piece on. Oh, get it the right way on that belt. And hopefully, oh, look at that, just like a glove. Wow. Here goes the snap ring. Okay, let's put this tensioner arm back on. Tensioner arm. Let's put this spring back on here. Come on. Oh, look at that. Okay, now where did that clip go? Guys, I found it. It was in my coat pocket and I took my coat off. So that explains why this is what I was looking for. And I found the washer that goes with it. Time to ratchet her on up and call this project complete. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's greased. Awesome. Okay. Sorry, I got a little excited there. So let me explain from back here what I was doing. There's the grease zerk that we just installed right up here. It's for this belt and for that tensioner there that you can see how much that moves. That drives the clean grain elevator chain right there. So anytime the separator's on, this thing's going like this in here, that's going to be super helpful and extend the life of that arm right there. You guys are dirty. Gee whiz. Dirty environment over there. So I've identified another place where I'd like to put a couple more grease zerks here. This right here is the chopper drive. So this big one is for corn. There's a littler one in there for soybeans. You can adjust the speeds by squeezing this clutch plate in and out and sliding it in and out on the shaft. But up here is the actual wheel that we are tensioning with. And there's an arm way up in there that needs a grease zerk. So this is going to start just like the other side. I got to start by detensioning these springs. And of course, I need a deeper deep well. That's what she said. Okay, we'll just drop those down there like that. Now those are out of the way. So many different things. Oh, here we go. Okay. Ooh, okay. Alright, so I should be able to just pull these things off, right? Uh-oh, I'm hitting a hydraulic hose. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that! I got one out. Okay, the other one should come out easy. Should. Just push that back over there. Off the second one comes. Would you look at that? Got two of them off. Alright, rinse and repeat the drill and tap process. You guys have seen this already. We'll do these ones the easy way. There we go. Got two grease nipples in there. I did ones with the 45s. Pretty fancy. That was a lot easier than doing it the other way. Really, honestly, I just listened to music and it only took me like 2 Metallica songs and I had these things done. Should be able to just slide them back on and put grease to them. Okay, the first one's in place. That was a lot easier than I figured it would be. Please, that belt down. Ah, there we go. That was nice. That actually looks really nice to have 2 grease fittings right there and pointing out this way. We can get to them. All I got to do is get up here and stand on the tire and come with a grease gun. You must have gone on first. Alright, you guys get to be the first people to see grease go through these fittings. Oh, look at that. This is how it should have been from the factory. That's all the recording I'm going to do for today. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's Thursday morning. Yesterday I went down to a town 2.5 hours away and got some spare parts for my drone spraying operation. So we didn't really get to do much but sit in the car yesterday. But today and hopefully early into tomorrow we're going to finish our fall burn down spraying. Here we go. Didn't hit any power lines folding up, so that was a plus. This right in front of me is a awful mountain of a field. And it's just tacky enough today. Usually this is 3.5, I got 3.2. I just got done loading again. We're waiting for this to agitate. All I got left is this one little strip here and then we're done on this farm. But I'm sure you guys can see the greenery right there. That's kind of a water run right there. And then the green on the side hill over there. Those are all wet spots, and I don't know why the side of the hill is wet like that. The other side of the hill is actually worse. So what this farm really needs is a lot of tile. There's probably 40 acres here. I bet you 15 of it's green like that, and probably 20, 25 of it is kind of affected by the springs in the side hill. So really need some tile out here, but we also need a lot of money to lay that tile and a good winter to lay the tile in. It's about that time in the day. Oh, it's good. Yeah, all the green down there, that's all wet spot that needs to be tiled. I don't think the sheep are supposed to be out in the soybean field out there, but they're out there. Look at all the turkeys. I didn't see where the turkey's fence was, so I don't know if they got out or if they're just free-range turkeys. I'm just teasing you guys, that's funny. Alright, we're pulling into the next field here. gonna get unfolded and start knocking out another big one. Well, now I get to spray this green patch up here. We did a little tiling project this summer, got permission from the government, FSA office, that kind of NRCS office. Got permission from those guys, got permission from our landowner here, and so we all worked together on a awesome little tile project that should add a few more acres to this field. Come on, baby. Look at the smoke. Wow! I can't believe this thing started. I'm so happy. So when we run tile, Dad runs the dozer and the tile plow. I get to run the HOE, the excavator. Keeping it PG-13 here. No problems. Listen to that sweet sound. I'm gonna let that one warm up a little bit, and I'm gonna go move the dozer first. Lift the blade up. Here we go. Oh, I gotta put it in gear. Hold on. There we go. Thank you for starting. As a form of repayment, I'm gonna open this up and shut your battery switch off. There you go. You can see the height of the grass here. It's just the perfect height to be doing a burn down application on. Here we go. Leave the dirt in the field. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm missing a tooth. Forgot about that. This will be fine right here. We got the job all set up in there. I'm gonna set you guys up out here because I don't need any visitors or distractions from the cab. And also the sprayer really likes to find tile ruts and tile knife slots and fall into them. So if I do get stuck, it might make for a more entertaining video if you can see me get stuck. You guys made it! We made it! There was a little ditch over there, so we kind of pulled over some dirt and filled that in. We're hoping we can farm across it. But I'm going to show you guys how the tile's running, because I want to see myself. There's one. There's another one. There's one more over here. Not running as much as I thought they were, but they've been in here quite a while, so it kind of makes sense that the initial surge of water has been drained. I should also mention too, again, that this is 100% approved by the government, the NRCS, the FSA offices. Us and the landowners work together on it to make this big improvement on this farm. So I hope it works out. Fingers crossed. You'll see if we get stuck next spring. Right now I'm just going along the edge. Here's the ditch that we filled in. Just driving along the edge and kind of patching in what I couldn't reach with 120 feet wide. There's another spot on this farm too, straight ahead across the green valley, or the green water run in the middle. Straight ahead and kind of to the left, there's just a huge wet spot out in there. Again, probably another 10 or 15 acres that are all wet. It's nice to be going back and forth again on some long rows. On the bright side, the sun's come out for the last batch here. You can see how wet it is. This is like on top of a hill. Getting to be dark outside. Semis are rolling. We got 11.5 acres left in the tank. So, gonna go to the next field. I thought you guys might enjoy this view with the blue lights on, spray boom lights. $1,500 option from Case, in case you were wondering. look out, deer, I'm gonna run you over. Get folded up here. We got one more batch to spray tomorrow, then I get to rinse it all out and winterize it, and we'll be all done with fall burn down. Put in a pretty good day for not really starting spraying until 9 o'clock, and 6:40 we're done already. I managed to knock out 480 acres on the day. Only got 120 left, so see you guys tomorrow. Good Friday morning. Today I'm gonna go pull the data out of the soybean combine. We got that all switched over and ready to go on corn. I gotta blow out the air filter. I'm gonna pull the data from there, then we're gonna get this thing going in the field. Well, now I get to sneeze the rest of the day. Gonna fire this thing up and pull the yield data out of here. 873 items. Please wait. I'm gonna need you today. I'll load it up with the last load. I'm gonna take off and head to the fields. Oh, and that yellow thing that just went by, the JCB, this is a state highway on the right here, and I got passed by one on the way to the field. How embarrassing. I was going 37 miles an hour, and the dude passes me and is just smiling. So, hats off to whoever could do that, because that was funny, and I laughed. Got the contour strips here today. Not spraying the corn, just going up and over it to get down to this next strip of beans down there. Wow. Look at that, 0 gallons. You couldn't make that up. So now that we're empty, I gotta load it up with water from the rinse tank and do my first rinse. Okay, I got my sparge valve open, also known as a recirculation valve. I don't know why Case calls it a sparge valve. Anyways, for whatever reason, that's got to be open to suck water from the rinse tank up there down into the main product. So we come down here, turn our pump on, we flip this valve up, which gives pressure over here. We flip that valve up. Then you shut off the tank sump, so it's only pulling through that sparge valve, which is pulling water from my rinse tank up above, I think. Yeah, it's working. Okay, rinse tank is empty. I'm gonna shut this valve off. That was one that pulled from the rinse tank. Now I'm gonna open that one, so then it gets product actually running through there. If I leave this one up, it does like there's a rinsing valve up inside the main product tank that kind of coats the tank and rinses it out basically with fresh water. So I'll let that run for a little bit. I always crawl under here. Don't ask me why they have this valve on here, but you gotta open and shut it a few times, otherwise dead product sits behind on either side of those, I guess. So I open and close down a few times. This one's a manual shut off for your sparge, so in case the tank like springs a leak and you can't shut it off, or power fails and you're leaking, you can come down here and shut this off. So I like to just kind of run that back and forth a little bit. If there's anything stuck inside the valve, gets it out. Okay, so as I was saying before I got confused by this inductive system, turn the pump on. You just turn this valve on this way. There's a little inductor sign there. Then it gives pressure to this inductor. So right now it's sucking some product out of there because it got back flushed, because I don't know if I run it dry when I was emptying out or what happened, but it's not supposed to fill up. It fills up if you're running the recirculation kit, but I don't know why it filled up this time. But I got it empty, thank goodness. You can see there's a little rinse valve here. You can see how there's yellow product in there. That's Prowl, that's from corn. So you can tell how much we've used this since we sprayed corn. But that rinses the actual tank out inside itself. And then if you have a chemical jug, you can stick it on this thing. and rinse that out that way. So I just run that a little bit manually here with a cup just to rinse that line of any chemical. Like you can see there's pearl in there, still from corn. And we sprayed beans last, so it's not very good. But we're getting it rinsed out here. You get back up in the cab here. You gotta start the pump from up here. Pump's on. You have to run this recirculation kit from up here and just reclaim all that yucky product or the product from the last rinse. Oh, this always comes up. You have to reclaim all the product from the last rinse that's in your recirculation kit back into the tank and kind of dilute it out that way. So now after the product recirculation's run, all you got to do is just run it out and rinse and repeat. I guess I do it 3 more times. You technically only should have to rinse 3 times, but like I said, for that recirculation kit on the back of the boom, well, now we're out. Shut the pump off. For that recirculation kit on the back of the boom, I just prefer running it 3 times rather than, or excuse me, 4 total rinses rather than 3, just because there's, like I say, there's that dead product in that recirculation kit that you just bring back into the tank, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, well, thanks for watching me rinse this sprayer out for the, not for the first time, but for the first rinse of the season. We got 3 more rinses. I always rinse this one 4 times because of that recirculation kit. And then this time we're going to do antifreeze, which is basically the same thing as rinsing. So I'm not going to show you this 4 more times. Next time we do the strainers, and that's just like honestly no fun, and you don't really want to watch that anyway. So I'm going to skip you guys. I'm going to save you guys some, well, you know what I mean. You're not going to watch any more of this because you already watched it once. Doing my boom air purge here. Makes a funny colored map. But look at the fog. I think it's pretty cool. So we're pumping air through the booms now instead of liquid. Just trying to get them drained out before I run antifreeze in there. This is how we get to do this. 1 gallon at a time. Well, as you can tell by the color it is outside of the sky, that took us a while. Kind of embarrassed to admit that I don't even know how long it took us, but it took us a long time. It takes 36 gallons to do one of these. Thought it was 25, so we kept dumping in and we didn't get any pressure and dumping more in, and it took all 36 gallons that we had to get this thing primed. I think part of it was the boom recirculation, the air boom purge. That just took a lot of water out of the system, so we had to replenish that. So I think that's kind of where it all went. But anyways, we got her winterized, so see you guys tomorrow. Actually, just kidding, I won't see you guys tomorrow. I have a wedding tomorrow. Video comes out on Sunday. Tomorrow, if you're watching this now, tomorrow is my first video that I'm doing after coming back, so fingers crossed it goes well. If it didn't go well, you won't be seeing this. So again, guys, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment down below. I appreciate all the support you guys have ever given me. So thanks for watching.